Here's Prescott. Over middle, fire, caught, CeeDee Lamb, touchdown, Dallas.
Hit that noti bell so you'll know anytime we talking about the Cowboys over here on the channel. Well, man, we 3-7. Lost to the little brother, the Houston Texans. They feeling some type of way about themselves right now, but just let me say this, that if we have four, if we line up full squad to full squad, we'll beat y'all, dog. That game was not impressive. I know the score says one thing, but up until the point where Tyler Guyton tried to be Adrian Peterson, it was a ball game. It was still a ball game. It was 20-10. And then instead of falling on the ball, we have a lineman that thinks he's O.J. Simpson, decides to pick the ball up, try to stiff arm somebody and get around the edge and get popped by a safety, hurt himself, and fumble the ball. So you give up the sack. You don't fall on the ball. You try to run the ball, and you give up a touchdown on a fumble. Yeah, you hit the hat trick on that one, homie. You did everything bad that you could do on that play. You did all of it. Like I said, this year in the draft, we need to find a real left tackle. And if we're going to keep him, move his ass back to the right side. He having too many problems for me. I know you're going to have growing pains, but those kind of things right there are just dumb. And if that's how your thinking process is, we don't need you guarding our quarterback's blind side. That's selfish. You fall on the ball. Live to see the next play. Where the hell was you going? You wasn't going to score. You wasn't even going to get the first down. So what were you doing, man? That took the game completely away from us. Not only did another couple of things, we still having our red zone woes. We cannot score. If you think about it, everything that's bad that's happened on offense has happened in the red zone. If you go all the way back to the Ravens, we driving. Dak hit CD on a slant, fumble the ball. Against the Lions, driving, get inside the red zone. CD look wide open. Branch come out of nowhere and pick it off. Eagles, driving, red zone. Zeke fumble at the 3-yard line. I mean, everything that happens, and I don't get it. It's just like the closer we get to getting over that hump, we slide back down the hill, man. And it's another climb all the way up. Every drive last night, we were moving the ball pretty much. And then it'll be one play that'll ruin the whole drive. And it's been like that all year, man. I don't know what we need to do because me personally, you can say what you want. Mike McCarthy has been here for, 5 years? And the 2 years he's had bad years, he pretty much didn't have his full team. And both years he lost his quarterback. The rest of the time, we 12-5, cruising to the playoffs, and don't get it done. I don't think he deserves, because what other coach are you going to find? Bill Belichick not coming to the Cowboys. Deion Sanders is not coming to the Cowboys. So without those two names, what coach can you find right now that's better than Mike McCarthy? I'm waiting. Good coaches have jobs. If it's a coach out there waiting to be hired, he probably ain't a good coach. Yes, we know Bill Belichick time in New England had to come to the end. We know Bill a good coach. But Bill also want to run it. And we know Jerry ain't doing that. You're not going to run the Dallas Cowboys. So anybody who think Jerry Jones is going anywhere or the Joneses, period, get that out your head. And if that's what's bothering you, you might as well find you another team. Because would you sell your Cowboys when you have a whole lineage of family to run this business? One of the best businesses ever to start. You can look at a football team how you want to. It's a business. And none of you would sell your business if you had kids behind you that could keep it going. So quit asking Jerry Jones to sell his team. He's not going to do that. Who would? Who would? They worth $8 billion. You wouldn't give a damn if they won or lost either. But I don't believe that's the problem with Jerry Jones. Because just the last 3 years, you done won 12-5. Y'all wasn't asking Jerry to sell the team then? I think as Cowboy fans, man, you get a little too spoiled. Your team can have a bad year. That don't mean everybody got to be fired, man. That don't mean everybody got to be fired because you have a bad year. Maybe it just wasn't your year. We had 18 people on the injury report yesterday. Whether they played or not, that is an absurd amount of people to have on the injury report, man. It has been a long battle of attrition this year that we are losing. That's not Mike McCarthy's fault. Now, some of the decisions sometimes, now last night, I can't blame him for going for that touchdown on 4th and goal after we make the field goal. Because it's like, we want 7 points. We need 7 points. And what coach ain't going to go for that? Because if he makes it, we not. Cooper Rush just missed the throw, man. So is that on coach or is that on Cooper Rush? That's the thing. We so into blaming everything around the Cowboys. You're not blaming the actual Cowboys. The players are the ones missing tackles. The players are the ones false start. And everybody, that's a coach problem. How, man? You think the coach at practice just teaching false start? I swear, when it comes to the Cowboys, anything y'all say out of y'all mouth, y'all feel like it got some ground to it. It's a bad year. Every team has them. You know what I mean? The Chiefs ain't having the best year. That defense carrying their team, but they still winning because that's just how good of a team they are. They still got good amount of people, and then they got their stars in place. The problem is we've been missing our stars, our star corner. We just got our defensive end back. One of our other defensive ends still gone. We've been missing receivers, linemen, all year. This been all year. Sam Williams. You know, we've been losing people all year, man. So I won't put a bag over my head. I won't call them pathetic. I won't call them. It's been a rough year for our Cowboys, just plain and simple. And regardless of who our coach is next year, because let's say we do fire Mike McCarthy, bring in a new coach. What if he have a bad year? Y'all gonna be ready to get rid of him too? Because see, you gonna get into a Jets, Browns, you're gonna get into that type of rhythm. Different coach every 1 or 2 years. No culture built. Everybody, the Cowboys got a losing culture. No, the Detroit Lions got a losing culture. It's just now they're looking good. But if we're talking about culture, that means something you've built, something that's been ongoing up until now. And up until now, the Detroit Lions have been losers. But now they have a winning culture. They had a winning season last year. They got a winning season going this year. But the reason their team is built like it is because of their losing culture and because of all the first round draft picks that they have. The Dallas Cowboys roster is not as good as everybody's because usually we're a pretty good team. And we don't get to pick in the top 15 or even 20 every year. I know Houston have. I know the Lions have. So why they team so good? It ain't because of their owner. It's because they got their pick and who they want every year because they bad. And eventually, some of this talent going to have to come together and work. And lucky for the Lions, it is working out. But what if they don't win a Super Bowl? What if they lose in first? Well, they made it to the NFC Championship, so they good now, right? Not with Detroit fans. Detroit fans want that Super Bowl. See, they already been crowned. You never know what could happen to the Lions right now. Not wishing nothing on nobody. What if Jared Goff go down? It's possible. What if Jared Goff go down? Will they look as good? Or will we have to do some coaching? Would that running game look as good without a Jared Goff there? See, it's a couple of teams that's running around with their chest stuck out because they beat the Cowboys. But ain't we a bad team? So why is everybody getting so much clout for beating us? Now, last year, we was having kind of a similar year to the Lions, beating I'm talking about kicking ass and taking names. The Lions are just a great football team. The Cowboys were just playing people who couldn't stay on the field with them. See the difference in the critique? The Lions are a great football team. The Cowboys was whooping people ass, blowing them out the last 2 years. We just picking on the little guys, huh? Man, y'all better stop getting caught up listening to these shows and feeling like your team can't have a bad year. Because if no team had a bad year, who would have a good one? Wouldn't be no such thing as a good year, huh? If nobody had a bad year. If everybody just won all the time. That's the beauty of the NFL. You never know how good your team gonna be. But this could have been the best thing that happened for us. Because if we'd had another season where we went this month, maybe we wouldn't see some of the real improvements we needed to make and come right back out here with the same thing next year. What I do know is it take a little longer than 5 years for a coach to get a Super Bowl at times. Hell, it take a little longer than a century for some teams to get one. It's a lot of teams out here without a Super Bowl, dog. Your team got 5 of them. Although, not in recent history. You have them. It's a lot of teams with recent success that don't have anything to show for their organization. No trophies, no rings, no conference championships. So I won't be putting a bag over my head or anything. I'm proud of the fight that I've been seeing from the defense. I'm proud of the just not giving up. You know, They could just go out there and lay down and let everybody score 40, 50 points on them. They not. They trying. The offense hadn't been helping them. We could have won probably the last 4 games if we had an offense that could be respected. But we don't. We don't. Cooper Rush not getting it done. Coach not getting it done right now. And maybe I think it's a lack of players. I'm sorry, I like Rico, but Rico is what he is. He's a backup running back. He's not a starting running back. There is nothing special about Rico Dowdle. Now, if you name every other real star Joe Mixon, tough, speed, and power, Saquon, same, insane ability. Derrick Henry speaks for itself. Jameer, Montgomery, great tandem. McCaffrey can do everything. Rico don't do nothing great. He can't even make nobody miss. But this the guy y'all want to give the ball to. Everybody put Rico ain't doing no better than nobody else. He getting more opportunities. But Rico ain't doing no better than any other back. The only reason he got more yards because he got more carries. But Rico Dowdle is not a special back, and he's not a starting running back, and I stand on it. It's been a frustrating year, man. It's been a frustrating year. I didn't know what to say pregame, so I wasn't going to get on here and gaslight everybody and say, let's just play hard. Everybody got to play hard. Everybody know we got to play hard every game, whether you got a losing record or a winning. But the fact of the matter is we just not good enough this year. Everybody shouldn't lose their job for it. We shouldn't blow it all up, because if you blow it all up, you will not be in this position next year. No team has completely rearranged their team and came out better for it. Not the next year. Not that I've seen. So we need to take a long look after this season at what we really need in the draft. Me personally, I want linemen. I want linemen. Detroit running game wouldn't be what it is if they wouldn't have started. When Dan Campbell came, Panay Sewell was the first person he got. He started from the front to the back. We need to start with a lineman. And we don't need Ashton Genty. Y'all keep saying that he the most exciting back in the league. I think if you put any running back on Boise State against the defenses that they've played, any really athletic running back probably going to look like Ashton Genty. Not to take away nothing from the cat, all I see is speed. I don't see nothing special. And if you're a college running back, you should have that. But when I look at the defenses, Nevada, San Jose State, San Diego State, Utah State, you think any of them in the top even 50 in defense? No, I don't think either. Me personally, let's go get somebody who moving the ball in the SEC, the Big Ten. Go get some of them running backs. Ashton Genty, I don't think he gonna be what everybody thinks he is. So we lose to the Texans. We 3-7. We just got to keep playing it out, man. Let's just play it out, get it over with, and see what we're gonna do in the off season. But it needs to be a different kind of off season this off season compared to the last. Me personally, I don't feel like Mike McCarthy could lose his job, but I know I probably got more than 80% of Cowboys Nation against me on that. So I think he's a good coach. Yeah, the offense ain't moving this year, but I don't think that's all on Mike. I think they got a lot to do with offensive line and just execution. So, and he pretty much playing with a different group of guys. So, got to think about that too. But we're gonna be all right, Cowboy Nation. It's just a rough year, just a rough down year. Just don't give up on your team. Don't start throwing bags over your head. And they haven't been historically that bad to where you got to start hiding the fact that you're a Cowboy fan. I never will. I'm going to root them whether they 7-3 or 3-7. I'm going to be right here in front of the TV to watch Cooper Rush beat up on DeVito. Wait, we got Washington next Sunday. And then we got the Giants on Thanksgiving. So might be one more loss before we get a dub. But hey, gotta go get a dub at some point. So why not with the Giants? But be sure cool to take down Washington as well. But no, Dan Quinn gonna be ready for that one. We're gonna be all right, Cowboy Nation. I know it don't look like it right now, but we're gonna be all right, man. Your team can have a bad year. Y'all will be all right, man. Everybody be all right. We'll all be all right. Just don't give up on the team, man. Don't give up on the guys. Root them on. You know, they need some kind of support right now. They're having a rough year. None of them came into this year thinking that they would be this bad. So just give them a little grace, man. They're going to be all right. But we lose to the Texans 34-10, sitting at 3-7 with 7 to go. Appreciate y'all watching the video, man. Share the video, man. I appreciate everybody who have been watching. Leave me a comment, though, man, just to let me know where you from, where you watching from. You know, let me know who you think might go to the Super Bowl this year in the comments. I'm Big D here at Big D Media, man. That is all, man.